Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Listen, are y'all watching Belle Collective Birmingham? And if so, do you feel like Tiffaney is the drama? I don't feel like she's the drama. I feel like everybody has their own personality, and right now we're still filling people out. I feel like the reason Stormmy has an issue with Tiffaney is because she is Tiffaney. They act just alike. The same way Stormmy, when she was on Love and Marriage Huntsville, and people was like, why she act like that? Why her attitude so nasty? Why she always getting so snappy? Why she going to 0 to 100 all the time? Why she always thinking people trying to talk down on her? That's the same thing that's happening with the people watching Belle Collective Birmingham. They have some of the same things to say. And I don't even think Stormmy realized that she's doing to Tiffaney what the people on Love and Marriage Huntsville, whether that was the cast, the fans, the stands, did to her. She's doing the exact same thing. Even after the first episode, she went live and she said, listen, y'all, I know I don't see it for Tiffany. I don't like that beat, but listen, don't do to her what them folks did to me. Please don't do that girl like that. Everybody is human. They having a human experience. I may not see it for her, but please don't do her like that. Yet and still, Stormmy is doing to her what the people did to her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Every time you look around, it's like it feel like Stormmy trying to sun that lady, and her attitude was like that on the other show. And I just don't understand why she don't see that. Even in this little situation, this little thumbnail right here, when there is going to be on the episode that come on tomorrow, and Tiffaney says what Sonetta said, that you felt a way about what happened at my event or whatever, and then Storm is like, well, what did Sonetta say? And Tiffaney says, well, she said that you felt away. But they keep, I'm like, listen, don't do that. The same thing with Destiny and Tisha. Listen, just call Kimmy. At this point, just call Sonetta and ask her what she said. Now, I don't know. The only thing that we saw was that Sonetta called Amber. Amber was with Tiffaney when she said what Stormmy said, that she only inviting me, Fumi, and Kayla. And Amber is like, well, that's everybody but Tiffaney. But Stormmy sitting there talked to one of the people from her team or whatever, and she said, well, I uninvited her. Or she said disinvited, whatever. She ain't coming. But the thing is, you did not tell her to her face or on the phone call, hey girl, listen, I don't like what happened at your event. The energy was off. I got a big live coming up. It's 48 hours, and I just don't want that energy at my event. Even though she still had problems, and Tiffaney wasn't even there. But that's neither here nor there. Listen, I just, like, we could talk about it at another time, but the situation that happened at your event, I don't even want to get into it right now because I'm trying to focus on what I'm about to have coming up. But we could talk about it later. I just wanted to, call and let you know that you're no longer invited. She didn't do that. Now, this big bad Stormmy still, the one that got all the mouth, the one that sat up there, she better be glad I didn't mop the floor. You know how she do. And I don't have a problem with Stormmy. I don't have a problem with her. I don't have a problem saying how I feel either. But you couldn't even do that. Even with this little standoff right here. We seen it before. On the other show. When she pulled up in her little fancy car with the chauffeur at the coffee shop. The other lady sitting there dressed down. But she come out, she had like a white pantsuit type of thing. Yeah, we done seen this before. Like, she put her like, I'm finna stun on you, because I don't know who y'all think y'all talk to. You know what I'm saying? That's what she did. Like, the same way, like, even with how she's standing and talking to this girl here, how she stood over there talking to, and I'm in my African. Girl, didn't nobody tell you to wear that? Didn't nobody even tell you to come? She told you it was a couple's event. You invited yourself. Why are you here? Go home. You did not have to come. And Amber told you what they do when they're hosting. You was like, y'all do all that? Why she don't have no team? Girl, go home. That's all you had to do. No different from Fumi. Now, when I read comments for this show, I go to TikTok first, because that's Stormy's platform. That's even like almost like her identity now. Hi, I'm Stormmy still. I'm the first one to do over 1 million on the TikTok live. Okay, we got it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to continue to do that. Ain't nobody trying to take anything away from you. Ain't nobody trying to downplay your accomplishments, because that was your song when you was on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Ain't nobody trying to do that. I just wish she could see who she is. Girl, you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. And you don't have to try to son this lady. And at first it didn't seem like you had an issue with Tiffaney, but when you stepped back and saw how Tiffaney told Fumi, yeah, you wasn't invited because your husband not here and it's a couples event. I guess you felt the way about that. And then you even over there on TikTok in the comments, the people calling Fumi a suck up. It's like, oh, she trying to suck up to Stormmy. And they don't understand, hey, if you had an issue with Tiffaney, why did you bring that up when you was at your house? Why did you have to bring it up when you went to her event? And you could have stayed at home too. Like, I just don't know. I don't understand what Stormmy is trying to do. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, why are you coming at this lady the way that you're coming at her? But you didn't like when it was done to you. You and Tiffaney, y'all are the same. Y'all have the same type of personality, the same type of nasty, like nice, nasty attitudes. I don't understand it. So that's why, to me, Tiffaney is not the drama. That's just her personality. Even I think they in the next episode they're gonna be at Stormy's house. I think that's where they at, and Tiffaney giggles about something. Stormy's like, what's so funny? Like, girl, if you don't fool with this lady and you don't want her around, don't invite her anywhere to anything that you have, and don't go nowhere where she at. This is supposed to be a collective. I need y'all to start collecting some things, but not attitudes. Because it does not make any sense. Every time you look around, it's like you trying to son this lady. Why are you doing it? Why are you acting like that? What's the reason? And you not gonna like everybody, but at the same time, you giving what the people say, how they were towards you over there. And then you doing the same thing. Even when you was talking about, and when she be talking, her neck be stretched out and her head be up. That's the same way when people were talking about your nose and your mouth. Like, why her lips like that? Why her nose like that? You doing the same thing. You started saying that. Now you got the people over there in the comments talking about, oh, she look like she could be on Whoville. Putting different little characters and stuff. You know, her picture and the character picture side by side. But you didn't like it when it was done to you. And like I said, if you don't see it for that lady, just, even if it got to be a mandatory thing where y'all around each other, just try to make the best of it. Because the people on your platform over there on TikTok, the people are like, hold up, I'm finna get, hold up. Let me read some of these. So this lady, she's doing a review for Belle Collective Birmingham. And in her comments, they're like, I thought I was tripping. Stormmy is corny. They said, I've been debating on watching it. Carlos, he doesn't produce shows well anymore to me. Somebody said, I don't know. Tiffaney tries it passively. And the person said, she does have a smart mouth. The issue is valid. I just don't agree with the way it's being handled. They said, she is also friends with Ariane. They say, I don't know. I'm on Stormy's side. I don't know what you seeing. They said, Belle Collective Birmingham is not going to last because Carlos King is the creator. I'm mad she brought her mama back. They said Tiffaney is a strange one. This person says, I don't know why Stormmy is being so stank. She should have just stayed over here on TikTok because I don't think this is going to fare well for her. Somebody said, I didn't know Stormmy was such a mean girl. Why is she acting like that? This person says, I like Fumi, but she was doing too much, and I don't understand Stormy's energy with Tiffaney. I like Tiffaney. She was funny AF when she said it's time to mop. Someone else says she about to mess up her situation with this body glaze because I don't like no mean girl. So some of her people feel like she's being a mean girl and they don't understand why she's doing it. They like, oh, I thought Stormmy was sweet, but now they feeling like, hey, now I kind of understand what them people over there on the other show were saying, because what is this? What is she doing? And you don't want your people to feel like they've been played. Like, oh, she was playing a different person so she can get these sales, but now I'm kind of seeing her for who she really is. That ain't what you want. Because you don't have to do none of that. Ma'am, you have made it. And you continue to grow. So why do you have to get on this show and get this nasty HBIC type of attitude? Like, I'm the HBIC, this my show. The only reason y'all here is because of me, whatever. You don't even have to do that. You don't have to do any of that. And then the people had a problem because Tiffaney decided to go somewhere with her husband once Sonetta said that she was no longer invited. What did y'all want her to do? What did you want Tiffaney to do? To sit up in the corner, balled up, in a fetal position, sucking her thumb, crying, "This Storm didn't invite me. She said I can come. Now she said I can't come." Is that what you wanted? Because I can even see Stormy doing something like that. Like, girl, I ain't fazed by that. I got stuff to do anyway. Like, what? Even with the mopping situation, the girl was giggling. She's like, "Now I need you to mop. Now I need you to mop." That's what she was doing. But Stormy feel like, she don't even know me like that. I don't even know why she talked to me like that. Girl, stop. You said energy more than she said I need you to mop. And that's annoying. Like, man, please don't tell me no more that you're an energy person. Because it's becoming performative. Because if you can still deal with somebody like Martell or Destiny, I don't trust your energy no more than I trust Trey. And oh yeah, little Trey, honey. Okay, so one of the groups is a Belle Collective type of group. Somebody asked a question about what do y'all think about Stormy bringing the dog over Fumi's house. So Stormy some kind of way caught wind of it, and she made a comment like, she said it was okay that I could bring the dog in, and if she would have said no, my driver was waiting to sit with the dog, whatever. I think Stormy is missing the point of the people of what the people are saying. I think it's more so, why didn't you call Fumi before you left your house with the dog to ask if it was okay if you brought the dog? Because even when Fumi answered the door, when she opened it, she's like, oh, because she was caught off guard. She wasn't expecting you and the dog. And there were people who said like, hey, I got a dog, but I want to take it to somebody's house around some food that other people got to eat. Even when people say, I don't care enough about Fumi holding that dog. That's why she'll suck up. That's what the people said in the comments. They said that she was being a suck up because you could tell that she was not expecting her to bring the dog. So it's like everybody don't see it for pets the same way. But there were still pet people, Mrs. Doolittle, in the comments saying that they would not have done something like that because that's kind of uncouth. It's not very respectful. Like, why do you think just because you want to take your dog everywhere you go, cool, but everybody ain't seeing it for it. There are some people who said that if they were there and that dog's in the kitchen, they wouldn't have ate, period. So I don't think the people are just trying to hound the situation about the dog. I just think it's more so, why did she ask before she even brought the dog? And cool, your driver gonna sit out there with the dog. If she would have said no, then sit out there with the dog. But I think the whole point start from, why did you ask before you left the house with the dog? I just think that's mostly what the people were saying, but it's neither here nor there. I don't know. I don't think Tiffaney is the drama. I don't think Fumi is the drama. Heck, I don't even think Stormy is the drama. I just think y'all creating conflict where there does not have to be any conflict right now. I don't know. It's weird. But hey, y'all get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And I'll talk to y'all later.